It's difficult to imagine a timeline where Resident Evil 4 didn't turn out to be the game that we got back in 2005, and the game that it is today. It's even more difficult to not already know that its success became a massive influence to the games that released after it. Resident Evil 4 is undeniably one of my favorite video games ever made. It's one that's always brought up when discussing games with friends. It was a massive shift in direction for both the franchise and the genre that fans were so used to, and would pave the way for how the series would end up today. This video won't be covering the game's story or any lore, as there are other videos specifically for that. Instead, this video will be covering my personal history of growing up with it. I've been wanting to talk about Resident Evil 4 for a very long time, and didn't know when the right time would be to do it. Now it's the 20th anniversary of this legendary title, and I definitely think I have more than enough of a reason now. If you hold this game close to you as much as I do, this video is meant for you. With that said, let's finally talk about this juggernaut of a video game. Let's talk about
Resident Evil 4.
My older brother and I first played Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube sometime in August of 2005, right after our uncle got the game for his birthday. I unfortunately can't recall exactly when, but it was definitely around that time. We would also play it whenever my mom took us to go visit our grandma. I can still vividly recall the thunderstorm that was slowly approaching the house as I was making my way through the valley. As a kid, I hated thunderstorms and was afraid that the power would go out, but I don't remember if it did. Needless to say, I don't think there was a single day where we came home from school and we weren't playing it. Resident Evil 4 had its claws dug into the both of us with its addicting gameplay, and it certainly didn't plan on letting go anytime soon. This game was our lifeline, and we enjoyed watching each other take turns and play. In December 2008, my brother and I got our Nintendo Wii for Christmas, and among the games we bought for the console included Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition. The Wii Edition was based off of the GameCube version and brought over all of the content from the PS2 version, which included the PRL 412 bonus weapon, Leon's Mafia outfit, Ashley's Knight outfit, and Separate Ways campaign. Resident Evil 4 on GameCube only had Assignment Ada and the Mercenaries, so getting introduced to Separate Ways on Wii for the first time was a pleasant surprise. The Wii Edition is also where I completed Professional for the first time in order to unlock the PRL 412. There's not much to recall from that memory, except me dying a lot in Waterhall, but I eventually ended up finishing it and unlocking the weapon. Fun fact, I actually never played the PS2 version despite owning the console, but I did play the Source Next PC version that was published by Ubisoft in 2007, which I played in 2016. You can imagine my disappointment when I unlocked the PRL 412 in this version and discovered that it functions the exact same as it does on PS2. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Speaking of the Source Next PC version, this version for some reason lacked any sort of lighting at all, and I'm not really sure why. While there were definitely complaints about this, I still weirdly adore it and think it makes the game look a lot more moody than it usually is. If I had to choose which version would be the best to play on a retro console, I'd probably say the Wii Edition. You're getting all of the content combined from both GameCube and PS2 while having what is the definitive experience in my opinion. You can also switch between using the Wii Remote and the actual controller as well. Oh yeah, and before I forget, there's a specific room that I think we should visit. I can't recall the first time I heard Serenity when I played RE4 on GameCube, but I definitely can when I played it on the Wii. At the time of hearing it, listening to Serenity made me want to cry. I didn't, but that's just how it made me feel and still does today. This melancholy sound hits all of the right spots to make me feel relaxed while also preparing me to await the unknown that lies ahead. The composition for this track is insanely unique and fits the game that RE4 is perfectly. Also, for those that don't already know, Serenity is a sample used from a song called To Burble and Pine. The song was produced by David Torn and part of an album called Pandora's Toolbox. This specific sample can also be heard in both Devil May Cry and Monster Hunter in their specific areas as well. If you were on GameFAQs back in the day, then there's no way you don't know about the iconic Ditman glitch. A user by the name of Ditman333 posted a thread on GameFAQs that he discovered a glitch that allows Leon to walk and run 50% faster than normal. Casual players and even the speedrunning community took notice, and the glitch has been used by almost everyone that plays RE4 since then. Activating the glitch is super simple and can be done in every single version of the game, excluding VR. First, you need to have Leon equip the striker, which isn't sold by the merchant until you reach for Dugo's boss fight, or you can just mod it into your inventory. Either method will work. Next, you need to aim the striker and open your inventory before the red laser is shown. After that, you just have to select another weapon. It doesn't matter what weapon as long as it's something that Leon can use. And voila, you have successfully activated the iconic Ditman glitch. This glitch will deactivate under specific circumstances. Here are a few. While the Ditman glitch is the most notable and useful glitch in RE4, the game has several others that you probably didn't know about. Let's take a look at some of them. For this next glitch, I wanted to actually talk about it since I've never had this one happen to me before. Only on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 versions of RE4, a weird texture glitch can happen where the game's character map will appear on enemies and sometimes even the merchant. Very little is known why this glitch happens, and it seemingly only triggers at complete random. There are even instances where it'll just fill the screen. This has to be one of the most bizarre cases of a glitch that I've ever seen, and we still don't know what causes it to happen. Leftover content in video games are always really fun to explore, and to this day, discoveries like these manage to convince me that I don't know everything about one of my favorite games of all time. By the way, in case it needs said, Ashley will despawn once Delago's boss fight starts. Another discovery was made all the way back in January 2017, where YouTube user SR212187 uploaded a video of someone in a green jacket off in the distance in Chapter 5.4. Not much was known about this after its discovery, and several users claimed that they already knew about it. I did, however, find a comment on the video that I thought was interesting. My best guess is that it could be an early placeholder for the targets in the shooting range that the developers popped in there as a debugging area, since RE4 is full of them. Other than that, I have no idea. Besides that one comment, the history regarding this discovery continues to remain unknown, and it would be cool to have official confirmation in the future, assuming that ever does happen, but I'm not getting my hopes up. Fan content has to be one of the most beloved pieces of media regarding a series that you really like, and Resident Evil was absolutely no stranger to that. In July 2023, a friend and I were reminiscing over old RE4 videos, and there was one that immediately caught my eye. This video was a modded version of The Village and Mercenaries, which also showed off a custom hung skin. I didn't recognize the song used for the video, but I did really like it. The song used is called Resublimity by J-pop artist Kotoko, who released an album under the same name in November 2004, 2 months before Resident Evil 4 officially released. This personal discovery felt incredibly euphoric and marks a piece of history in RE4's modding scene. Even the uploader didn't think it fit the video, but decided to use it anyway. Oh yeah, Shadow Leggy? Oh my god, dude. How long has it been? Shadow Leggy made an undeniable impact when she released her Resident Evil parody music videos. The most iconic one being Resident Evil Numa, which she also remade and is one that I watched post RE5 launch. I'm sorry dude, but these new fans will never understand the absolute magic of early YouTube and discovering these videos. I feel very lucky to have had that experience. If you've never watched these videos before, then I highly urge you to. Shadow Leggy hasn't been active in a long time, but her videos are still available to watch, and I really hope she's still alive and well. In February 2022, we got one of the most ambitious Resident Evil 4 mods to ever exist. The HD project. What started in 2014 and eventually became one of the best mods Resident Evil 4 has ever gotten. The amount of passion and effort it took feels unbelievable and astronomical. The HD project quite literally makes Resident Evil 4 the most definitive experience that you'll ever get when playing the Steam version. Not only do textures look significantly better, but certain lighting effects that were originally broken got fixed too. Some of the low poly enemy models used in cutscenes now use their actual models. The amount of work to make this mod possible all goes to Chris and Albert. You guys did such an incredible job, and there isn't a day that goes by that we aren't thankful for your efforts. If you own RE4 on Steam and don't have the HD project, you're missing out and you need to get it. I never could have imagined that I lived to see a mod that properly remasters a game as beloved as RE4. It's definitely one of those you just had to be there moments in history. Resident Evil 4 is a monumental landmark in gaming history, and I absolutely wasn't passing up the chance to finally talk about it on its 20th anniversary. To this day, I'm still playing and quoting this game with my friends, because that's just how much of an impact it had on the world. To wrap up this video, I just want to thank my uncle for introducing me to this legendary game from the copy that he got from his birthday, which eventually led to me and my brother getting our own. Being able to put those words into video form is something I've been wanting to do for the longest time, and now it's been done. I don't think he's played the remake yet, but I hope it's something he's able to do soon. And a huge thank you to my brother for recording me playing RE4 on both GameCube and Wii to include footage. Resident Evil 4 is officially 20 years old, and will continue to be one of my favorite video games ever made.